Rivalry games just feel different. And I've been in quite a few over my years as a head coach, and I've made some mistakes. And I'm here to help you not make the same mistakes as your team prepares for a rivalry game. So, we're going to talk about the 3 mental game hacks, if you will, that I have ingrained in my team as we lead up to these bigger games. And let me tell you, after winning 4 state titles, everyone is our rival now for some reason. And so it seems like we have a lot of these rivalry games throughout our season. And here is how we are preparing for them. Number 1, we've got to normalize it. Even though these games feel bigger and these games feel more important, and I'm not just talking rivalry, like pressure games in playoffs or in championships, things like that. They have a different vibe to them. But we've got to, as coaches, make sure that we just get our team to realize that it's just the game, okay? It's just volleyball, it's just basketball, it's just soccer, whatever. My college coach used to say, it's just another turkey dinner. And that reference is that, you know what, any day of the year you can eat mashed potatoes and stuffing and turkey and all the things that come with a Thanksgiving dinner. But then on Thanksgiving, all of a sudden it's like special and magical. But when you look at the contents of the meal, it's just another turkey dinner. So she used to say that to us all the time. And I bring that to my team as well. And I also help them focus on what they can control. This is like a simple mental game hack. And that is, what is in your control in this situation? You cannot control the crowd and the hype and what other people are saying about the game and, what other people's expectations are. Stop trying to figure those things out. What is in your control? Your preparation, your energy, your attitude, all of those things are in your control. And the fundamentals, like how good you are at just executing what you know how to do. Like, what does our team stand for? What are we good at? Like, let's just lean on that. So normalize the game. That's kind of my hack number 1. We don't need to put these games on a big pedestal or anything like that. Now, as we lead up to them, as always, I want to prepare my athletes for what they're going to experience in a game. So practices should be game-like. They should be tough, and they should put athletes in situations that they might be in tough games where maybe they're down by a couple of points. They've got to battle back. They've got to fight through under fatigue. So I wouldn't say, though, that you have to do that special, and different for rivalry games, because you should be doing that all the time. But just a note, if you're not already, then maybe try and replicate a little bit more of those game-like scenarios as you lead to what might be a more mentally and physically challenging game. All right, hack number 2, give them a failure recovery system. We call ours a snapback routine. It's a combination of a breath, a reset word, and a reset signal. Because I'll tell you right now, your athletes will not rise to the occasion. They will fall to the level of their training. That goes physically and also goes for the mental game. So if you think that they're just going to rise to the level and be confident right when they get into that pressure-filled situation where there's more people watching and more expectations, you're setting them up for failure if you have not actually given them the mental skills that they need. So a simple mental skill that I give my athletes is a snapback routine. And they can use this when they make a mistake and they're kind of getting in their own heads, when the pressure becomes a little bit too much. And we practice this. We don't just say, all right, here you go, here's a routine, and then expect them to use it for the first time in a pressure situation. We practice it in practice. We practice it in lower stakes games. And so athletes understand and know how to use their snapback routine. And it's something that they can lean back on in those big games. And sometimes when you're training things like this, like the snapback routine, you wonder, is it working? We would train it every day, and it would be part of our daily mindset routine before practice, saying their reset word, doing their breath, things like that. And the routine takes 2 seconds. It's not very long at all. And you kind of wonder, but then you get into these bigger games and everything kind of gets revealed, right? The pressure reveals things. It doesn't actually prepare them for, rising to the occasion. So I've been in championship games, specifically this last championship game where I had a sophomore serving to take us back from being down championship point. And when the reporters asked her afterwards, what was going through your head? She said, I was doing my breath. I was saying my reset word. And, that's what they fall back on. And if you haven't trained it, then they will typically fall back on what is normal, which is going down a path of negative self-talk or, oh my gosh, I don't want the ball to come to me. I don't want to be the server in this game point situation. And that's normal, but we have to be able to train them for what what's actually helpful in that situation. So Snapback routine is just one of the easiest tools that I give them. If you want to learn how to do this with your team, go to our free training at coachbretraining.com. I teach that and a couple other mental training skills that I do with my team. And then finally, the other hack is visualization. So visualization is great because it is proven to help replicate the actual game scenarios. It puts their brain and their body in that scenario and almost gives them extra reps. And so we just visualize tough situations. We visualize some reps. We visualize being down, visualize, making mistakes and coming back. And it's not very long. I do 30 seconds to a minute before practice or before the game. We do a specific pre-competition visualization. And so really simple way to just help them prepare. It helps kind of calm their nervous system as well, gets them to be more confident because now they're kind of they're already imagining what it's going to be like out there, and it's probably not good. They're imagining making a mistake in front of all their friends and family. And so now we're putting a different image in their head so that they can, hopefully replicate that instead of what, the worst case scenario might be. So if you want to learn more about visualization and how to get started, head to my next video, the 3 simple visualization strategies that any coach can do with their team. That's where I break it all down for you. So head there and I will see you in that video.